Okay, I'm up at the Rehoboth Old Cemetery behind my husband's grandparents' house. And there's a man from Birmingham that has gotten a grant to do a lot of work up here. And so we have some really old graves up here from people that lived in the area. This is down in Coosa County, Alabama. They've been chopping down some trees. They got little flag markers out here. I'm going to pause it and show you some of the coolest graves out here, but we've got a lot of them that are just rocks, slabs. Got a lot of little tiny baby graves. They're so worn you really can't see. See a little baby grave. There's another one out there. You can't really see the writing on them, but they go out. It's a pretty decent cemetery. I believe the grandparents' house used to be a church, or is on the side of where a church used to be. But I'm going to pause it and show you the cursed one. So this grave, I hate that it's got a stinking bucket on it. It's really cool. It's got one of the biggest tombstones. He helped black people get on the very front end of the Underground Railroad down here in Coosa County. And he was murdered. And I'm going to try to read this to you. It says, "Here lies the remains of James M. Wood, who was murdered near Sylacauga in Talladega County, Alabama, by a band of midnight assassins on the night of 24 October 1863, aged 52 years and 2 months. Rest, Father, rest in thy narrow home, for over thy head thy foes may tread, but mark this dreadful end. Rest peaceful in the mound of clay, thy blood shall be avenged. Retributive conscience will harass the perpetrators with memories of their crime and haunt them with the phantom of guilt-born fear." And according to our pop, this man was captured, tortured, wrapped in like chicken wire, barbed wire type fencing, whatever they had back in the day, mutilated, and all of the people that did that to him were actually harassed with the memory of their crime, and they all went crazy and they died weird deaths. So this is a very cool grave up here. It's such a shame that that is part of our history in America, that people can't get along just based on the color of skin. Here's a grave, and all the S's are backwards. Francis Live Oak. Looks like somebody just scratched it. There's a lot of poor people in this town. Very poor. And then this one just says wife of Live Oak. But yeah, this was a very poor community. I think, oh shoot, Eric's dad remembers having to haul water from the creek. I don't remember when they finally got plumbing. This is Elvira, wife of J.W. Live Oak. 1924 was her death. Somewhere, and everything looks different now that they've cleared it out, but somewhere are some little graves of a bunch of little girls. I guess a fever came through of some sort, and it looks like all the children in the family passed away, and they were young girls. But yeah, this is a really cool place. My father-in-law, and back when the kids were younger, they'd come up here and try to burn it off and clean it up, but best they could to keep it from getting too overgrown. And my son would always come back with a terrible case of chiggers. See, here's some. These aren't marked. These slabs. Here's kind of a large one. Miss Eder Gulberson. Culberson. I can't tell if that's a C or a G. I don't know if that anybody around here with that name. But yeah, it's pretty old graveyard. A lot of history. I wish I knew more about the history of it. But yeah, that'll be. And then that's my sister-in-law, just recently recovering from a stroke. My mother-in-law's brother, they were from Illinois, but he was down here and he passed away, and that's just a little area where we did his ashes. There's a little marker for Uncle Larry, and so she's just trying to work on that. But yeah, I can't find the little girls' graves. But we've got Easter dinner waiting on us down there. These are some little tiny places. So we're gonna, somebody actually brought an Easter bunny up to this one. That's not old. So we're gonna repair off this broken one. They're gonna fix it. Some greens. I actually have some greens in my family, but not these. But anyway, this is the really cool old cemetery that they're working on.